fuzzy there. Alright. Glass and some cider. Glass. Cider. A few more Q-tips over there. A few more than that. That should be good. And cider. Alright. Bag. How about bag over there? Cider. Shea paste. Fan out of the way. And bottles. Tips. Glue gun. Glass. Cider. Shea paste. Shea paste. Shea. Yeah. Need a bigger table. Need a bigger boat. I need a bigger boat. Oh, regular Ross. How you doing, Burley? Regular. We're on the Casemia. No alcohols. I mean, probably could do tiny alcohols, but why? Why chance it? Why screw around? Hey, Larry. I'm not doing too bad. Kibitzing around. I want to try to get some things closer to finished tonight. I really want to get some of these skulls waterproofed so I can get them off the crafting table. So once they're waterproof, they can be stored elsewhere. Kind of need to keep like one demo model within reach, but other than that, it doesn't need to be there. There you go, Dina. I haven't for the... I mean, plaster of Paris doesn't really work as a hardener like that. It either kind of turns into that rock-like consistency or it doesn't. It's not like a slow agglutination type process. I'm also pretty sure the plaster of Paris is fueled by a chemical reaction and not by a dehydration reaction. Huh. I'd have to research that one some more to have a better answer. Your paint came out kind of harder and crustier? Ooh, that's so good. Okay, yeah, I would do a quick search, see if it's a chemical reaction or see if it's a dehydration reaction. With the rate that plaster of Paris dries, depending on the mix, I'm willing to bet it's more of a chemical reaction with the water than it is a dehydration of it just drying out. Of course, could be wrong, but antiquing. Did it go for a cracked look at the time? Just out of curiosity. Slide over a few inches there. Okay, wasn't a cracked look. Interesting. Hi, Res. It does dry. Interesting. Well, I'm off on that one. So, right. Been wrong before. Wasn't the first time. Won't be the last. I mean, I've used it for molds, and I've used it for the outside of a mache-based project once. It did not have the results that I wanted it to have. Well, now you get me curious as to how well that would work. I don't have any of it here, though, unfortunately. I don't need a hammer. Why is there a hammer here? What was I hammering? What in heaven's name was I hammering? I must have been hammering something, because there's a hammer here! Cool. Yeah, definitely let us know. Because if that's a viable technique and a way to strengthen mache at all. I just know that the general consistency of plaster of Paris always tends to be that kind of high compressive strength, but very low tensile strength. So, you know, sideways bending, it starts to break and flake almost immediately, versus the mache, which will give you a little bit better in terms of tensile strength in your concoctions. But, you know, I'm waiting for somebody to make the perfect stuff, and this light has been on for God knows how long, and its batteries are low. That sucks. The glass is for my apple cider. Woohoo! Alexa, turn off craft light. Alright, well, that light's battery is... because it turned on at some point, but I'm still not displeased with that. Let's steal the batteries out of the other one. That is full of fluid. In fact, I am just going to rip this cotton right off. So if I can do these without fluid inside, that is what I'm going to do. Still be able to preserve the witch wood on the tube on this one, though. So, garbage, garbage, garbage. This light is still high powered. Excellent. Alexa, turn on craft light. Let's pull this all off. Pop-a-doodle. Screw that. I say no. No to the waters. No to the waters and no to the wets. Dry it all out and try a new batch. Let's try a more charged light. It hasn't been on all night. Hello, Carmen. Hey, Samantha. Yeah, both of the skulls actually have come out pretty well. Got that one and this one. I want to give them a coat of urethane tonight. Alexa, turn off craft light. And let's see what we've got here. That's not half bad. However, there is a huge paint goober right there. I'm going to have to either paint the sides myself, or I'm going to have to find a spray that really just coats more evenly. Thanks, Carmen. Let's try it on the one with the spray. Let's see what we got here. Assuming we get that to cooperate, that's not too bad either. I think the other one was a bit more luminous and uniform. Either way, this method works. And these lit tubes can just get some witchwood on them and they'll be fine. So, valid project. And the lights are tiny little balloon lights, which I have shoved through these caps. They work by twisting the bottom, which causes the circuit to connect. The downside is that their mechanism is kind of touchy and twitchy, which I don't like. The only perk of it is that they are small, and I don't have to have, you know, a giant visible battery pack on them. That being said, I almost might prefer a giant visible battery pack that I could hide better. But I want like a 2A, a 2AA battery pack for this, or at least a 2 AAA battery pack, which would still sit in profile with the tube. And if the tube has no weight in it, then this thing as a neck pendant has the chance to floppity-doppity around, and I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't thrill me with joy and kibbles. I mean, there's other ways to do it. Thanks, Mark. We're going to be urethaning that thing shortly. Either way, I've only had to sacrifice 2 tubes on the altar of experimentation. I still have 10 more to screw around with. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking just taking 2 green LEDs with 2 AA's, stuff them in the cap, solder them together, throw them on a switch, rig this thing so it literally cannot flip around to be the opposite side through. Might not happen this Halloween, but, well, we'll see. Hi, Sam. That, or I'll take this LED and rig it for a 2 AA power source, because I think these, pardon, little batteries are both 1.5 volts. The battery doesn't care where it gets its 1.5 volts from. This is a LR41. Does not really give me a lot of information. Point something blah blah blah. Cell. Oh, there's 3 LR41s in here. Well, if they're all... that would stink. That would mean I'd have to cram 3 AAA's if they're all 1.5 volts. Oh, that's brighter than I thought it was. Experiments, experiments. That's why we experiment. This one's got a really finicky on-off capacity. Alright, let's get to work on finishing up some projects. That is what I want to do tonight. Get some stuff done! Which means putting this way. Make some room. How's it going, Mackenzie? And Emma. Make some space, make some space. Stuff is stained, don't need stain. Stain goes back here. A spoon. Don't know why there's a spoon here. I assume there's a good reason. So let's tuck it over there. Let's put this by the potion bottle. Let's not tip that over just yet. No. Alexa, turn on craft light. Maybe we can confine our urethaning to the witchwood, because the plastic doesn't care if it's wet at all. Not in the least. You don't want to get that urethaned. Let's get some more cider, because freaking cider, man, it's fall-ish. Nope, it's fall. The Canadian geese are flying south in New York State. I have seen 2 flights of them going south, so it's fall. Therefore, it's cider time. I also really don't want a giant open container of cider open near a urethane, though, so we're going to make sure we drink that one up. And in fact, I'm going to exercise just another little bit of caution. I'm going to move this glass away from the urethane. Because of all the flavors I really enjoy, cider and urethane are not among them. I've had some instant cider. Usually the instant cider is best when it's warm. In my opinion. Everybody likes it different, but I like my instant cider. When I have to stoop to instant cider, not denigrating the fact that you have instant cider, I just prefer fresh cider. I think everybody prefers fresh cider. When you can't get fresh cider, and you have to do instant cider, I prefer my instant cider warm. I think I'm going to try to keep my urethane on the witchwood only as much as possible. I'm probably still going to have to get the whole skull with a matte spray at the end, because this urethane is going to come off shiny, even though I think it's a clear satin finish. Still going to try to just hit the witchwood with it. Unless, of course, I do that and it just looks like garbage. In which case, yep, we're doing the whole skull. Screw it, we're doing it all. We'll see. Which is what I'm already starting to lean to, at least on this area. It's the unfortunate thing with witchwood, it being cotton, unless you're using a wonderful primer, stain, and seal 3-in-1 kind of triple threat, it's got to get well sealed. Ice cider is really good on hot days. I will completely agree with you there. Nice, Mikkel. Or Michael? Nice. Excellent. Now, if you feel like it, go over to Unhallowed on Facebook and throw a picture on there. You can all see your stuff. Curious how other folks' witchy projects come out. And if it looks better than mine, I'm going to steal your methods. Sweet. And somebody was telling me today that they used the witchwood method, and they painted their witchwood black and dry brushed a brown over it, and they really liked how it came out. So if they've posted a picture, I'm very intrigued to see how theirs comes out. Very, very, very intrigued to see. I still don't know if I like the brown skull. I'm still wondering if I should dry brush on some white just to color contrast this up. Maybe that'll be an experiment for another skull. That, or I will take a skull and I will urethane it first. Then I'll do all the witchwood like I did with the color test skulls. And we'll see if we get a preservation of the undercoat rather than a enhancement of the brown in areas where the brown is not necessarily a welcome coloration. Alright, so Mackenzie. As long as she doesn't rope you into doing all the work for her. It does look freshly dug up. I'll give you that. I mean, it's not a bad effect. I think there could be more color contrast. I think on a Halloween night, it's going to be harder to note the artistry of the elements. I think it's all going to look very, very, very brown. Up close, it'll look amazing. And up close, indeed, it looks amazing. I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing right here, but I'm 6 inches away from it. It's a similar thing that my mom had. My mom is a very, very avid quilter. And she brought me a project that she was working on about a week or so ago to have a look at. And at first, when I looked at it, it was nice. Just nice. But then, I brought it closer. And, she just went to town with all this intricate stitching and string thread painting underneath. And, it was just an absolute smorgasbord of talent, but you had to get close and look at it. So kind of feel the same way about some of these skulls and other projects. I want them to be a little bit more artistically visible at longer ranges. Yeah, so it was. I think it was you who made some of the comments there, Ross. Those are fun projects, and if you have enough street room to do them, they can be really, 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 really good for Halloween night. You just got to observe a lot of safety protocol if you decide to use that. A lot of safety protocol. Where I'm at right now, the road's too narrow a space to use flash bombs. Though if I get one of the houses I'm looking at, I'm going to be using them again because there's going to be enough space to deploy them. Bienvenido, Bola. Gracias, señor. Oh, lo siento si no es, señor. No sé si Paula es señora. Lo siento. Been a little while. I hate how I default to señor in Spanish. Should be a little bit more adroit with it. I know it's been in a lot of years since I've spoken it, but gracias. Even the cat knows I fouled that one up. Whoops. Looking at that like, ah, senor. Wait, no, Pola. Oh no! That's probably not a guy's name. Whoops. Gracias. Let's see if I can get this sentence right. I've forgotten the word for, like, hard as in works hard. I remember trato. I try. I can leave it at that. Yo trato. Wow. I wonder what his problem is. Alright, so going up, round, da 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 da. I have a feeling I'm going to want to do the urethaning in 2 separate runs, because this stuff is really, really runny in general. And it's sticky, and it doesn't like to play nice. And if I try to do it all at once, I'm going to end up with goopy, urethane covered hands. I'm going to be a very, very annoyed fellow. How's it going, Elvish? And I did not plug in my little glue gun yet, as I want to put eyes in that one. Oh, I wish I had a big bucket of urethane and I could just dunk the skulls and hang them up somewhere to drip dry. Ah, goals. My day was not bad. School continues to be school. School's not bad. Everybody's starting to fall into the rhythm. It's going to take us another couple of weeks to really get rolling and doing our thing. We're all cussing out the administration. I could spray. To be honest with you, I have not found a spray that I am like so 100% comfy with that I would do it. If I paint on urethane or I paint on spar varnish, I know that this project is waterlocked. No problem. I know I got in all the cracks. I know I shouldn't have missed a spot. I know I'm good. But if I spray, maybe I didn't hit a surface. Maybe that spray is going to break down under UV. Maybe. I don't have the peace of mind that I would have if I brush it. I don't think I've got a... I mean, I got a... What do I have? I got an airbrush, but I think this poly is a little bit too thick for it. And I don't exactly have a well-ventilated painting space outside. If I buy a house, then yeah, I'll be able to make myself a nice little painting hood type area, and I'll have full control over it. But at present, yeah, I'm not going to risk the health of my cats. You know, my body mass is more than sufficient to handle a certain amount of most toxins, quite frankly. Their body masses, on the other hand, is not sufficient. So, yeah, I am not going to endanger their respiratory health. How's it going, Randy? Saw your comments today, man. Good stuff. Glad you enjoyed that. Cool beans. Yep, just having some fun tonight. Getting this urethaned. Trying not to get it all over my hands and clothes. I have 2 fur balls. Samhain and Majesty. Enough cats to keep me sane. Nice, man. Yep, the old channel keeps me crafting and creating. And the live stream has been making sure that I don't slack. And it also has been a big boom because I got folks here to chat with and craft with, which was part of the reason that I vanished into the nether after I finished the tombstone videos. I just didn't have anyone to craft with, and I felt like I was the only person working on my haunt. And I just kind of said, you know, screw it. But with this, I actually have people to chat crafty stuff with, bounce ideas off of, see their work. It's kind of a nice little share stuff community. It's been great. I hope I got that side well enough. Yes, glop on the urethane. These Witchwood skulls are really quite good. I love the effect on them. I think on Halloween night... I'll be perfectly honest, I think on Halloween night, most people won't even notice it. Most people are going to walk through the haunt and go, ooh, spooky, scary, ooh, and then keep on going, but I really love the effect on them. Absolutely adore it. The twisted wood effect in general really matches my idea of a perfect haunt. The twisted wood, the evil and corrupted natural environment. That's my idea of spooky right there. Everybody else can have their chainsaws and their crazy clowns and their haunted carnivals and all that. You know, whatever. Go ahead, take it. It's yours. I want this to be mine. I'll take the Twisted Wood, the Autumn Nights, the Bright Pumpkins, the Spectral Glows. That's my version of a spooky Halloween. I think you get a lot more mileage out of spooky than splatter. But then that's just me. Other folks get a lot of mileage out of splatter. God bless them. I know a guy on Long Island who has a marvelous time, and he loves Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's his favorite thing in the world. Let's see here. The wood effect on the outside is a variant of paper mache, John. It is the Witchwood technique that I put up those couple of videos about lately. The skulls are plastic, and they are from Home Depot. So you can think of them as just enhanced skulls. They've had their insides cut out so I can put lights inside. And they have been witchwooded to be spooky. Yeah, I haven't done a video on witchwood skulls yet. I'll probably do one eventually. We shall see. How's it going, Gift? This one's going to be tricky. That, or I'll just get the other side of it tomorrow because I'm not doing the back of this skull today. Don't want my hands to be goobers. That's most of it. Let's get the fluff out of here. Let's get the potion bottle out of here. I'm pretty sure that will not stay up if I do that. Let's see if that'll dry if I rest it. Ew, 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 ew. I touched it. Ew. It's all sticky. Alright, that should be good. Ah, paper towel, paper towel. I hope nobody here is from South Carolina. If you are, get your butt inland now. Cider break. Yeah. It's going to be one heck of a hurricane. I hope it drops in force before it makes landfall, but none of the news places are saying it will.
Alright, should I put eyes in this thing first, and then stain it? Or stain it, and then put eyes in? I don't think it really matters. Bummer, some of these particles aren't light. Alright, let's do the bottom of this thing. And then we'll do the top later on. Good. Hopefully it'll miss your folks there, Larry. I didn't know if they'd ruled Florida out as the landfall zone or not yet. I know everybody's kind of really guessing it's going to hit the Carolinas. Yeah. Always makes me think of a Ron White comedy routine there, where he talks about those folks who stick around during the hurricanes, and they say, "It's all right, I've been here forever, it's all good, I'm gonna go outside and tie myself to a tree post." And he always mentions, yep, what you forget is it's not how hard the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing. Get hit by a Buick, you're going to be having a hard day. These little skulls I got at the dollar store. Our local Dollar Tree had them. 8 in a pack for $1. I also got a little bunch of skeletal rats, a couple of skeletal birds, and I'm going to tear those things apart to use for little bone charms. Because they don't quite look good enough for to be what they're intended to be, in my opinion. Uh-oh. Batting your hatches, Chris. Alright, ready? Yeah, tree removal can be a real pain. I distinctly remember the ice storm of '93 was for me and my family. It was 2 weeks cutting our way off of a dead-end dirt road with chainsaws. That was a heck of a time. Yeah, no. Yep, forget the mandatory evacuation order. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, I like the special walnut myself. I find the dark walnut is just too much uniform dark. And the most of the other colors I've seen have been too light. But the special walnut is a nice intermediate. And the special walnut also seems to not be equally absorbed everywhere. So you get some sections of cotton remain lighter than others, and that gets you a high degree of contrast in your witchwood without having to actually paint it on yourself. I'm probably going to take this one right up to the skull, and then I'm going to let it dry overnight. Screw around with the rest later. Yeah, we'll see. And we're on the F for Florence, so we already had that tropical storm blow into the coast. Fortunately, that wasn't too bad. Yeah. This is definitely not start your haunt weather. I've actually seen a few haunters on Facebook who have had high winds knock their haunt all over the place. I feel bad for the folks who have big haunts because you kind of have to start those early. But again, there have been some folks on some of the smaller groups who have been making me just grit my teeth a little bit because they're all, when can I start my haunt? I want to start my haunt. And it's just like, you know, I don't want the Christmas people to start doing Christmas November 1st. So how about you be a little courteous? You don't start with your Halloween stuff until October 1st. I know you're excited. We're all excited. But let's not give them the excuse to do their thing insanely early. Nice. Is there another one headed for the Gulf, Pearly? Oh, pardon. Blame the cider. Blame the cider. Yeah, definitely, Chris. I mean, my stuff indoors is up all year long. But my outdoor stuff only goes up in October. Because you want to be considerate. I mean, you can always get away with pumpkins and just fall stuff, but you don't start your haunt stuff in September. Wow, there was a lot of mache on this. Damn. Woo! I really underestimated that. Parties can be fun. At least with parties, you also got the excuse, you know. You can do that almost any time of year. Because you just say, it's the party's theme! What? You know, even in June. What? It's a Halloween-themed party. Because you're not leaving your decorations up all month long for a quick themed party. Nice. Cemeteries are a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Doing your graves and naming your graves. Yuck, 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 yuck. And that's in good shape. I just need that extra moisture dry off real quick. Yeah, no sweat, Elish. These days, I definitely recommend a styrofoam melting tool, like a wood burning tool for that. My my Dremel made a lot more mess than was actually needed. Nice. I look forward to having my own. Take care, John. Sorry if I missed you there for a little bit. I'm used to the YouTube chat moving a lot faster than the Facebook chat, unfortunately. Effigy tomb. I like my little broken down graveyard. I wouldn't mind an arch, a nice Oak Lane Cemetery style arch. That'll be a project one of these years. Yeah, that jam is just not going. Whichever one works best, Sergeant. It's kind of when I liked broadcasting the 3 different medias. If only. And we got a good little community going. A very good little community. That's drying up, so we'll start further down. We should get some more tunes going. Alright, lesson learned. This skull does not want to stand up on its own. It really doesn't want to stand up on its own. Let's get a little more Derek and Brandon going. There's one called Halloween Night. Let's see what they have for us. Not too loud. Just enough for some nice background. Nice. I do like Grapevine. Grapevine's kind of an all-in-one solution to creepy-looking vine. Handy and simple to use. Music's coming from the tablet here. Turned on my boys Derek and Brandon. They've got some good ambient. If I can't go with Midnight Syndicate, I'm gonna do the next best thing. Yes, Halloween does indeed rock. If you really want it to rock, though, then you need to play Dance with the Dead. Some of the Sam Haines tracks also rock. Or at least have a hell of a beat. He's moved more towards ambient stuff, though. That's right. Soak up the urethane. Become invincible to water. Yes, yes. That is literally the only problem, as far as I can see, with paper mache, is the waterproofing. Waterproofing. Yeah, it seems to be far enough away for the healing to happen. Hi, Furball. What's up? See ya. What's up? Hey, Furball. Get some pets? Huh? No, we just want to meow. Oh boy. Oh, how'd you feeling about that? How's it going, Carl? What's your problem, Fuzzy Bear? Meow. Yeah, they'll look better when they're lit. Once I'm all set, I'm gonna reach in there, throw some masking tape on the back of those eyes, hit the inside of that skull with some black spray. Then I'm gonna put my lights inside. And they're going. Yep, those are half ping pong balls. Witch bottles, huh, Carla? Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I remember you were asking a couple of questions in comments. That one about hot glue for gems kind of vanished on me. I'm guessing you pulled it out because it was answered for you. Skull is gonna take longer. There's more witchwood. Can be tough to get them straight up. Can be tough. Hey, you Randy? I've been having fun with it. If you make your own of these products, feel free to drop a picture of it at Unhallowed on Facebook. I like seeing my grandkids come back to me. Alright. It's just nice to have a creative outlet. Creative outlet and a community of crafty folks. I agree, Crystal. And I do have some Type-Bond. The only thing that concerns me with that is that I rely on a certain amount of water absorbance in the cotton to take up the stain. And I'm afraid that if I replace it with Type-Bond, that the cotton won't take up the stain so much. I may try an experimental batch on one of my little light-up tubes and see if that fear is founded or not. But yeah, I agree with you completely. Because I bought a gallon of that for just that very reason. But then I thought, oh no, what if it's so waterproof it won't take up the stain? No! I was scared. Wow, what time is it? 10:11. All right. Going till about 10:30. Well, I gotta stop. I guess we get maybe 200 kids at Halloween. Rough guess. I've never really counted them. Maybe this year I'll hand my candy person a one of those little bacteria colony counter clickers and be like, hey, for every kid, give this a little click under the table. Start getting an actual count one of these years. And I could use that for my book purchase reckonings as well. That would be kind of nice, Elvish. It would indeed be kind of nice. Well, Twitch has a feature called multicast, so if more folks did get into the streaming crafting, it could be possible. The problem with that would be the crafting space, and the folks who were crafting would need to be on like headsets with, you know, speech and whatnot. Otherwise, it would be difficult to separate our voices from the chat. That is true. They do mention a lot of those wood glues are stainable. I might try that. Elvis Randy, you guys live out of town? Or live in a section of town that just does not get that? It's time to be a little bit more liberal with saturation here. Get this more done. Ah, yeah. Well, that'll do it too. If you can get over to your house, it's like Halloween delivered right to you. The kids aren't coming. That's okay. I ordered kids. My parents have similar troubles. They live out in the middle of nowhere. And I'd love to live further out of town, but I really love my haunting. And I am not so wealthy that I can start my own commercial or volunteer haunt. So, damn it, I need my Halloweens. We had that too, Patrick, when I haunted in Baldwinsville, New York. Everybody would come to the nice neighborhood. Also, some people would come there just because it was safer. Some parts of Syracuse you just didn't take your kids to go trick-or-treating. Have a good night, English. Yeah, they're all factors when you do trick-or-treating. Safety and candy quality. Hopefully you're thinking safety first. Say what you want, that one development in Baldwinsville was very, very safe. Nice upper middle class neighborhood. Very well patrolled by the police on Halloween night. Very well patrolled. Of course, my current town patrols very well on Halloween night, too. And all the cops love us. Ah yes, Atmos FX projectors. I do love them. I have two myself. Art? I started drawing when I was like 9. This stuff, oh god, maybe a year or so before I made the pumpkin tutorials, I started doing the paper mache pumpkins. And And the mache aspect only really started then, because I watched Jay Wall's video on how to make paper mache pumpkins, and kind of got hooked on it at that point. Because before that, like most people, it was like, paper mache, pfft, that's what you do in 2nd grade when you're making a model of the solar system. Paper mache is not art. You don't do paper mache. Come on. What can you do with paper mache? It's going to look like garbage. Yeah, how wrong was I? Live and learn. Yeah, I started drawing superheroes. Yep. Paper mache as an art form is definitely bigger in France and some areas of Italy as well. It's more of a craftsman's art in some spots too. A lot of operatic stuff has the masks still made with paper mache. And sometimes their stuff is not even necessarily mache, but just layered paper. Yep. It's all in where you go and what the underlying culture and art forms are. To this day, I still love it when people come by. Maybe somebody will come by after you the haunt a little bit, and everybody's out of their, you know, haunt armor, as it were. And we're all just drifting around talking about the night. Somebody comes by, you start talking, tension turns to the pumpkins or some other thing you made. Like, where'd you buy this? I didn't buy that. You didn't? No, I made that. You made that? What? What'd you make it out of? Paper mache? No. That can't be paper mache. That's impossible. Like Luke Skywalker. It's not true. It's impossible. I made that out of paper mache. Join me, and we shall make Halloween crafts as father and son. Yep, they've done a lot of stuff with recycled paper. Hey, Fuzzface. Oh boy. You want some pets now? Mama, oh, good boy. Hi. Oh, Sammy Bear. Oh, there's my kitty cat. How you doing? What are you doing down there? Don't you dare hop up here tonight, cat. I got stuff drying. Not that you will. You'll avoid this like a plague because I'm going to have the fan on it. So much gorgeous stuff out there. Sad that you got the overall trend of the vanishing of handcrafted art like that. It's all being replaced by plastic. As I work on this plastic skull. Cool, girl. Fridge going. Fridge. The fates are kind. You guys should only have to put up with that for another 4 or 5 months. It's very good. If it's not good, that means my fridge is broken. And all my supplies are rotting. It's excellent. Ah, you're a fan. Okay. I was gonna say, what? Wait a minute. I see what we did there. We had a little miscommunication. Meow. Hi, cat. Alright, let's see if we can get all this stuff on this side. What? 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 Get your ass over here. Get some pets. No, pet. Meow. Yeah, over here. Pets. 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 Yeah, good boy. Oh. You backed away. Why'd you back away? Ah. Not Mr. Fantastic Cat. Ah. I wish I had the gumption to make more of my displays out of it. At the moment, it's mostly just the pumpkins. Of course, this year will be a bunch of skulls. It's going to start going on tombstones, and it's going to start going on more pumpkins. Hopefully it'll just explode outward. That stuff's set. Let's get underneath. rest. Get done. Tomorrow. Get up, get up, get up. You're not going to stand up, are you? Well, you're not going to stand up very well. Well, I have that area mostly uncovered right now. Good, that should hold up. Whew. Yep, I cleaned up the stone in its forehead. So hopefully it will shine nice. And there's an area cut out in the skull behind it, so when we throw the light source into that skull, the gem will light up. Particularly if I throw it on blue or green light. Yeah, it was one of the ideas folks had to have the witchwood boiling out of a gem. It's like, yeah, sure, let's try it. Can we throw a gem on that? Yeah, give it a shot. We can do what we want. We're artists, damn it. We can do whatever we want to do. We're just that cool. Nice. Genie skull. Evil witchwood genie. We'll see. That'll probably be a unique one. I don't know if I'll do any others with gems on them. I still want to do one that has witchwood coming out of an eye. I want to do one with protuberances coming off of the skull. And I want to do one that has a crack in the skull on two sides with the witchwood boiling out of that. Hi, cat. So that's going to be the goal for long-term projects. I refuse to rush anything before Halloween because my haunt has more than enough stuff to get that done. And when we get closer to Halloween, I really want my project to be taking my costume and seeing if I can next level it with some simple add-ons. And the way I likened that was, tell me that's not urethane. That's urethane. Bummer. Kind of the way, if you think about Jack Sparrow, the way he's got all those little charms and trinkets in his hair, that kind of stuff. If I can put those sorts of elements onto my costume, I may be able to up its creep level significantly without putting any dramatic change into its overall theme and effect. Oh yeah, I think the skeleton hand grabbing a witchwood skull with a witchwood hand will be amazing as well. Totally agree. That's right, I have heal spirits in here. I can clean this brush properly. Score. Yeah, no, I've seen people trying to rush projects before. I actually had it was a person who contacted me late August, and she was doing some projects for her kid's school, and she had volunteered to make this like a tub. Think of it like a cauldron. And it was a project for the school, and she was having all these issues and troubles, and she set her due date to have it done like Friday the 7th of September, and she'd never done one before, and it was just like, hun, first off, you probably shouldn't have volunteered to do it so close to the time. You know, I appreciate that you did it. You're an amazing soul, an excellent artist. She sent me pictures of the stuff she'd done, but it's just one of those, you set yourself up for a back-breaking rush. Why did you do that? No, 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 no. Don't do it! Well, she was a parent. She wasn't a teacher. Really nice gal. Very, very dedicated. But she really set herself up for a difficult time. A very difficult time. But she pulled it off pretty well. She was contacting me like every day, sometimes twice a day, for questions and tidbits and advice. But, you know, if you rush that stuff, you can cause fits of apoplexy. Trying to get it all done by the deadline. Ah! No internet? What? Who said no internet? I didn't say no internet. I'm saying no rush. I'm not out to make anything new for Halloween. These Witchwood skulls are just things I'm making that will go out on Halloween because I'm going to have them on hand. And as for my costume bits, you know, she emailed me twice a day. I like y'all, but work-life balance here, you know? I'm not running a papier-mâché help hotline. I mean, I like streaming. I'm not going to stream every single night. Going to take some me nights from time to time. It's also why I don't post a streaming schedule. This is my hobby, not my job. The minute it becomes my job, I'm going to stop doing it. I don't have to do this for a living. Therefore, I'm not gonna. I can't remember, I was having a debate with somebody about this, and they were all saying, like, you want to grow your channel, you gotta post a streaming schedule, you gotta do it, you have to post a streaming schedule. I was like, what's your hobby? Well, I like to go for hikes. Really? You like to go hiking? That's your hobby, huh? Tell you what, before you go out on your hike, you know, when you just get the urge to go, you can't go. You have to stop and post a schedule a day in advance. And then you can't go just then. You have to wait till the next day to go on your hike. He said, well, that's just stupid. Exactly. Even the cat agrees. Well, what's for you, Meow? You're a happy cat. You've been fed. Everything is nice. What's for your mouth? You gotta have some laughs. If you're not laughing, you're crying. And really, what the hell's the point in that? Of course, a good cry never hurt anybody. I do it during Disney movies all the time. Excellent. What do we got? 10:36. Good timing. Well, we're going to let these 3 projects dry overnight. Urethane should be good. I do not know if I'm going to be on, you know, if I don't have to talk over this. I'll feel better. I'm going to turn it off, but I'm going to turn it down. Don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow. We have had a Wednesday night gaming group, and I don't know if they're going to try to meet this Wednesday or not, because the school year has started. If I had to guess, I would guess that they probably won't. Everything tastes better in a glass that you could club an intruder to death with. This thing weighs easily like 2 pounds. It just makes you feel more manly holding it. Sorry, Mimic. On the plus side, it's going to be up on YouTube in, a matter of seconds here, so if you want to catch it, it'll still be here for you. Come heck or high water, though, I should be on Thursday. We'll finish up these 3 projects. Hopefully get them the hell off this desk. And then we'll start something. It's still September, so I don't even have to worry about costume stuff yet. I'm probably going to grab another skull and either do the witchwood out the eye or do witchwood out the hole in the head. Or I still want to do all those little bottles. Oh, fair enough, Crystal. Fair enough. Makes you feel just more gleeful. Drinking out of a glass you can club someone to death with. Season 4, nice. Sadly, I'm not so familiar with doctors that I can quote you which doctor that was. I remember David Tennant and Matt Smith, and then I know it's Cavaldi after that. But beyond that, I am not 100%. I know they were going with a female doctor, and all the nerdy types went into mixed bouts of rage, either because it was a woman or because people were going into rages because it was a woman. Personally, I don't care. Nope. So, at any rate, I am going to shuckle off as well, because it's 10:40 and it's time for sleepies, and my cat wants to play with his ribbon. So I will see you all next time I'm on, which hopefully will be tomorrow. If not, it should be Thursday. Good night. Let's shut down the old tunes before I wander away. Still Tenant in 4? Cool. He was a very good doctor. A very, very good doctor. Alright. Alexa, turn off craft light. Yep, good night, everybody. And we'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow, if we can. What am I knocking over? I am hitting a urethane bottle. This goes in here, this goes in here. Out of the way, out of the way. Night, baby. Grab the food. Set up the fan. Come on, fuzzball. Move. Out of the way. These skulls aren't going to dry themselves. Well, they will, really, but yeah, it'll go a lot faster if the fan's on them. Good. Come, fuzzball. Let's go play with the ribbon.